Nice to meet
Thank
you.
you for your commentary last time, the previous time. I hope this one is as interesting as well. It was
It
a little bit lucky for me, more lucky than previous time, but I hope it still was fun game.
it
Yeah.
was, yes. There were a couple of times when uh, we thought, this thing could happen and that thing could happen. And of course, with innovation, that's the thing is some of the moves are so unexpected. And that is what makes innovation such an insanely good game. The surprises. It's just wonderful.
It will be interesting watch, I believe, because from my perspective, at least, it was quite straight strategy, straight tactics, and nothing really. Uh, mm, not much options, at least that I considered. And overall, I had some good cards. I was lucky with closing and with color distribution. I knew that Python did not have several colors. Also, after his compass, it was probably the most power turn of the game.
Yeah.
And scoring for cards from deck was quite strong. And after that, it was really hard to stop me, at least with his lack of score cuts in his score pile.
Yeah, that compass was a mistake from me in hindsight. I should have waited the next turn to use it so I could have gotten the culture on the same turn there. That was definitely a mistake on my part.
Maybe shall we look at the big game from the beginning, or
Sure, let's do
Sure.
it.
Maybe we can look it through Python's perspective, because I
Sure.
have a couple of questions. And Anton, do you think you can remember your cards?
Yeah, I remember most of them.
Okay.
In the end, when I had five achievements, I had really good hand and board. I had Reformation in hand. I had astronomy, and I just drew cards to be able to play Reformation. And overall, yeah, I probably will name most of my cards through the game.
Yeah, there is only a small problem that they don't. There's something wrong with the enabled.
Oh yeah, your screen is not showing the cards.
Yeah.
Maybe I should leave the table. I don't know.
No. So
It's
I
back
can look it through your perspective, but I cannot see it through Python's. Let me just try again.
Interesting. It's interesting because it's the same for me. I can look through my eyes, but
Okay.
not
Wow.
Python, maybe we we have to ask remember the cards, because
Yeah, I can remember my cards here for the most part too, so
okay,
I
thanks.
think we'll be fine there.
So okay, clothing, agriculture. Yes, starting with clothing. I think this is standard. And Python, do you remember your cards?
I had sailing and oars as my starting cards.
Yes. So here, was there a reason why you didn't directly use clothing, Anton?
Having other card in hand or playing sailing is a choice for my opponent. So if he melt yellow card
Okay.
right after that, he would have like he would stop me from achieving first stage, I believe. So I just draw one more card to be able to score next turn. But I believe it's not like a really big decision, and you can play either way. I believe. But this single point in the beginning, it's not really crucial, and
No, I agree.
just going further forward in the game, there was map making, and overall once became like a liability, I believe.
Yes.
Okay, so you drew, you got mysticism. Now Python played sailing and got pottery. Here, I think personally, I would have drawn.
That, yes, in hindsight, thinking back on it, yes, I should have drawn here, because if he uses clothing, I get to play the oars anyway. I definitely should have drawn here. I agree.
Yeah, because like we're playing against clothing, I think that more or less the best strategy is always draw.
Yeah.
Like draw or play a color that is already on the board.
Yeah. I didn't want to use sailing again for risk
of
of
course.
pulling up the pottery I just got, but yes, drawing was definitely the correct action.
So okay, you instead played oars, and now Anton plays agriculture and then uses clothing to meld mysticism, which is, and you score domestication and tools. Okay, and now Python, you use sailing, or I don't know.
Yes, I believe I used sailing. Yep.
You found codal laws, which is good, and then also now you have a draw with the leaves, which is also
Yes.
be
which was
happy
good.
about. And here, I guess one has two options. You can draw or you can use oars, but if you
Yeah, I could have used oars to draw twice if I wanted to.
the only thing is, in that case, you make agriculture like
Stronger.
yeah. I don't know, maybe a drawing is lame, but the best option, I guess. Okay, so you drew, and do you remember what you got? The wheel, I think.
Yes, I believe it was the wheel.
Okay, so here Anton draws, I think.
I think the wheel was in my score pile. Maybe I missed something, but as far as I remember, I had a wheel and domestication there.
No, so here it says tools.
Tools also. Yeah.
No, because I remember at some point, I think now you play clothing, and then you get to see Python's hand because he has no card.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I just missed it.
Yeah, so you had the wheel, and you got metalworking. Yeah, so this is more or less perfect. Like, okay, and so at this stage you have so now Python, you are not in a great position, unfortunately.
No, now I'm in trouble.
So you drew and you got currency. Yes, and you play currency. Was there a reason for playing it? Or
my thought was it would give me a chance to start working on my score pile here, right? Because I couldn't use pottery without sharing it, and I wanted something that could help me work on my score pile. That was my thought process. Drawing again would have definitely been an option, trying to get that yellow card.
yes. Or I mean, I think one problem here, you're sort of behind. So like maybe even ours just to draw two cards, but again, make agriculture stronger, so I'm not entirely sure.
Yep.
Yeah, and I would probably think twice before playing closing, before sharing it. If you had
Sure.
some unknown cards here, and when you mailed the currency, I just it was like no-brainer decision.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, maybe drawing would have been like maybe a safer option, because also currency you cannot use it immediately because you only have one card anyway.
Right.
Yeah, more for what Anton said, that like if you have two cards in hand and they like if you had two cards in hand, then he might have thought, okay, if I use clothing and he plays, say, fermenting, then I'm in a worse position than I am
Yep.
now.
Yep.
And instead, like this, it was a guaranteed 2 points, metal working, which is also good, and then here you can even use it again because
Yep. Because I'm not any threat to achieve one this turn, so he doesn't have to rush to do it.
between metalworking and clothing, for the second time, did you like count the cards, or just you wanted to have 2 points for sure, and then so that with one more usage of agriculture you would get H2? Was there an idea like that, Anton? Or
Uh,
you just wanted points for
I just wanted like a guarantee points here to make a significant lead. But maybe at this point, metalworking would be a better option because of yeah, I had agriculture. I can always convert it into 3 points, even if this card I drew, and I have mysticism to meld the card from top deck. So maybe metalworking is a better option here. But overall it was canal builded, so I'm not sure what how would the game continue from this point if I had canal building in hand.
Yeah, no, like personally, I'm a very boring player. So if I can get 2 points for sure with clothing, I would do that. But I was just wondering, maybe like if you had considered the possibility.
Yeah, and also the board positions that I don't feel much pressure.
Yeah, of course.
Because like a couple turns later they will be like a deciding point where I use metalworking and score 2 or 3 cards, 3 pointers, and
Yep.
it will be crucial, and I did not have like more safe option. I should take some risk there.
Yes.
Yeah, and that turn you talked about with metalworking was the deciding turn. It was the writing was on the wall for me after that one. I was in a tough spot here, but after that turn, I was pretty much done.
So here you drew map making. No, what did you draw? Sorry,
I believe I drew map making and calendar there, if I remember correctly.
Okay, I see. Okay, so here Anton was sort of forced to achieve because otherwise Python could get it. But first he decides to go for metalworking, of course. Fermenting gets philosophy, and then cheese. Yeah, so here Python, you used currency to get some points.
Yes.
And then you played map making.
Yes.
Like I was like the one you returned was the wheel.
Yes, and the 2
Like,
was calendar.
yeah, like the idea was like to block metalworking or like get some points because
Yeah, the idea was that I was gonna guess that he didn't, now that I had map making out there, that he was gonna hesitate to want to score that one.
I see.
Really what I was hoping is I could maybe bait him into using mysticism there and cover up clothing as one of the things with getting rid of the wheel. And also with map making out there, if he scored that one with either clothing or metalworking, I wasn't super concerned about that. So
because the only thing that playing map making was bad for was like when you didn't have leaves.
Yep, I did cover up the leaf. Yep.
Because in some sense, also putting the one there makes map making not as strong. Like on the first usage, you just get 1 point, whereas if you had just
played it and used it right away, I would have gotten more.
yes. Like maybe there was, yeah, I don't know. I mean, you are behind on score, so I don't know exactly what was the best option there.
Maybe metal, maybe ours just drew more cards and score enough points for three with currency would be better here.
Right,
because yeah, map making it forced me to play like suboptimally. I would love to continue to play closing or metalworking some points, some more points. But yeah, when you meld it, I understand that I should leave the one there. Also, I just make some calculations and understood that I will be the first one to score, to achieve second. And also, I only have like 3 ones, and it will be not really enough to score further. And I much more was afraid of pottery. I really afraid of this card, and if you would gain some leaf advantage, I believe just playing it over and over would could give you 3 or 4. But yeah, at this point, I was lucky with closing agriculture opening because 5 leaves is quite a nice advantage at the start.
Sorry, to expand on what Anton said, like if you had used Python, if you had used Code of Laws to play,
tuck it and get then I have the leap advantage and can use
when you like for the long term, maybe it would have been more points for you.
Yeah, because then I can use pottery.
Yeah, and also you keep currency, which as far as a scoring card is quite fast.
Yeah, for later in the game. Yeah, that's probably true.
And I think your plan was actually like I couldn't appreciate the fact that you wanted simultaneously to block the usage of mysticism and metalworking, because okay, if you use metalworking, then I can use map making 1 time more, and if you use mysticism, I'm blocking clothing, so that's also good. The only problem is writing is a card that in general I don't consider much, but in this case it sort of like made Anton save 1 move, because like he could directly draw the 2.
Sure.
Okay, I think we analyzed this enough. So he draws calendar. Oh yes, and now this relief advantage is basically gone forever, because also calendar agriculture is a very strong combination, I think.
Yep.
So he returns philosophy.
Yep. I use map making.
Yes. And use it again. Problem is that too late.
Yep.
Yeah, like if he didn't have if he had to draw the one, then you would have been in much better position, because like then you would have
Right.
more with map making, or you would have had to play philosophy and then draw and then so yeah, like
Here, another option would be playing mysticism instead of melding calendar,
yeah.
but it's more like high variance option, because I could cover agriculture, clothing,
Yeah.
and that would leave me without reliable scorecard. So I opted to use calendar and then achieve. But yeah, after that, I risked to skip the third achievement, but I was lucky with it.
Also, like from here, calendar like calendar agriculture is a very like calendar.
Yeah, and that was the reason, why I choose this option. Yeah, I agree that calendar agriculture is really strong, but it didn't work out as planned.
Okay, so at this point, Python uses draws, then map making again. What did you get? Do you remember?
Oh, what did I get there?
Compass, I believe.
I think it was the compass. Yeah.
Yeah, so here
Yeah,
we get 6
and
points.
yeah, and that was the turn I knew I was done.
Yeah. Well,
It's
you
it's
still managed to get
points.
8-6. Sorry,
It's 9 points, and I believe probability of this outcome is very, very low. I couldn't calculate it, but 3 out of 4 cuts in a row
no, but
is.
you actually you only got 2. You got feudalism and machinery, I think. Because the other 3 was
Yeah. The last one is from agriculture. Yeah, sorry.
but it's still quite good. I mean, like there are only 4, so yes. And yeah, also you got medicine, which like can be useful if things go wrong somehow. And
Yeah, and good thing here is that I score machinery and medicine in hand, and I could play mysticism and be sure that agriculture will remain at the top of my board.
And you knew where both yellow 3s were, so you knew if clothing was still up there, you're going to be able to keep using it.
yes,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so you get more 3 points, and
then this is where I screw up big time.
yes, this was mistimed,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah. I should have waited. I should have drawn here and then waited next turn to use it. Realistically,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, actually, I
was
didn't notice how bad it was.
I didn't either until I used it, and I was like, ah, shoot.
Yeah, so this was.
Yep. Then I was in big trouble from this point onward.
Yeah, and also like because you had to cover okay, now you get agriculture back. Like you managed to get agriculture, but still mysticism can go through the decks quite quickly.
Yep.
And he already has all the points he needs. And on top of that, you cannot draw much because he has a horse. Like
yep.
Not.
Yeah, and I was okay risking ores there because, like you said, he already had as many points as he needed, so I needed cards to see if I could pull something off. So
Do you remember what you got?
I believe I drew. What did I draw there? Experimentation, I think, and what did I draw? Trying to think back on it here. I can't remember exactly.
Just
Let's see.
maybe.
It must have been. Yeah, I can't remember.
Enterprise.
Ah, yes, enterprise
Hmm.
and invention. I believe it was enterprise and invention, so nothing super useful.
I know, because
Sorry, it was invention
experimentation.
and anatomy. Invention and anatomy, sorry.
That's oh, I see. Okay. Sorry, 1 second. Yes, invention and not. Yes, not particularly.
Nothing super useful there.
So here, Anton used mysticism. You got colonialism, and you drew reformation, which gives you even, you could even start thinking about oh, okay, no, like Python still had compass, so maybe monument was not really an option. But so you achieve 3. Ors is not a problem anymore, so you calendar, and now you get experimentation and enterprise.
Yes.
More cards.
Yep, and that one was gunpowder and chemistry.
Yeah, just the problem is nothing fast enough.
Right, exactly.
And so here you got pirate code and you achieved 5. Yeah, like here I had Python. Had you considered drawing to try to find statistics?
Yeah, I thought about it.
Problem is it would sort of remove the only way you have to score, so not entirely.
Right, right, I knew that based on what I had, I knew he likely had either reformation or
Right.
yeah, in there. So if I make him draw a bunch of cards, he can turn that into monument, or if I make him take a bunch of cards back into his hand, he could maybe turn that into monument. Because now he's equal to me in crown, so I can't use compass anymore to take it. So
yeah. But yeah, you could have played something like maybe you had gunpowder, I guess, for 1 extra crown, but he had medicine, so yeah.
Yep.
So, not ideal situation.
Yeah, and I knew he had medicine, so
Yeah, and also like part of the problem is like even if you decide to use enterprise, then you end up with writing first.
right, exactly. That writing killed me. It was just being annoying now, so
Writing was the unsung hero of this game, basically.
MVP.
Yes, like silent MVP, just by being there and being used once.
yeah, because if I taking either pirate code or clothing would have been a very good thing for me here, but I couldn't have done it.
Yes, and also you were in a hurry, so like it's not that.
Yeah.
But so here, okay, gunpowder.
Yeah. get some points and get mysticism off the board so he can't go up the deck
Yes,
as fast.
that's very sensible. Yeah, that secured h6 basically. Without that, I'm not sure you would have managed.
No, I would not have won the race to h6
Yeah.
likely if he still had mysticism.
So g4, found banking. Now you start scoring more. Do you remember what you score? What cards ended up in your?
Let's see here. I ended up scoring physics and statistics.
Oh, okay. And so now Antonio drew twice, I guess. That was the only.
Yeah, at this point, my main idea was just to play Reformation at some point. But yeah, when I drew Anatomy, it was like an alt option to draw cards and simultaneously treat other some other directions like achieving 6, achieving probably 7, and achieving Wonder. What is it? I don't remember the name of.
The splaying one.
Yeah.
Like the one for splaying the colors.
The top card.
I remember only monument and military one.
Okay, so here you found astronomy. Yeah, here Python, you could have used calendar twice.
I could have, yes.
Like you what was?
I knew the 4s that were there, right? Because I just returned them and they weren't super helpful to me. So that was part of it. And then I thought that getting that, being able to in future turns to meld right away was going to be an advantage to me. So that's why I did it that way instead.
No, because the only thing I was thinking is that if you use calendar, then you can choose between 2 6s.
Sure.
But yeah, I see the, like with later, the tempo advantage could play a role. Also, you used it to neutralize astronomy, so it was.
Yeah.
And this was, I mean, machine tools was an okay draw, I think. Like potentially, like for the later game. Of course, like maybe you would have preferred vaccination, but
yes, which I do eventually get, but
yes, yeah, that was. So astronomy, and yeah, part of the problem here is like the losing the crown at, like being with Anton ahead in crowns, then
and the bulbs too, both.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so you achieve 6.
Yeah, and then I try to neutralize the bulb advantage.
Yes, that was a sensible move. And then, yeah, so this was at the same time good and bad because you lost more crowns.
Yeah.
Oh, you even had metric system, Anton.
I was, yeah.
And so here you were more or less dead. Like, sorry, Anton.
I just missed. Did you ask something? No.
No, just like you got metric system, like.
Another option
Yes.
achieve. Yeah, I see. Here I calculate a little bit if there is an option to achieve with reformation. If I can have 8 leaves after the first tagging
Yeah.
action, but I think there is no such option here. Oh no, medicine and vaccination is probably, yeah, but yeah,
You get to 7. You get to 7.
Yeah, when I saw classification, I quite predict that he has a yellow card, and it was like an only option. Maybe it was a better decision to melt vaccination here, but I just saw that I can use pirate code here, and it will get me to 35 points.
Yes.
And yeah, I probably astronomy was not a good play here.
Like maybe you wait and just draw.
Yeah. Did I play astronomy here or no?
Yes,
No, you did pirate.
the previous move you played astronomy,
Yeah.
and here pirate code.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
And now, yeah. So here,
Here I knew he had vaccination, and I knew getting it his score pile was my only chance, so
yes.
I took it.
Here I was thinking between medicine and vaccination, which one was better? Because vaccination would give you a 7, but somehow medicine is sort of more reliable.
Yes, because there's no risk it gets covered up by its first use, which is what happened.
Yeah, that was very unlucky.
Mhm.
But yeah. So, and
Yeah, I was happy to see astronomy get covered up there, and then I got the sanitation, and then I was in trouble.
yes. Yeah, and here there wasn't much. I think so.
Yeah.
Pilot code to get more points, and here there was more or less nothing.
Yeah, I was my only I didn't have any hope there, because even if I cover up bicycle with that 6, he just uses atomic theory or melds a 7 and ends it. So I didn't have any chance there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because you had to cover both atomic theory, bicycle, and stole the 7 from his hand all in one move.
Yeah.
Yes, not so. Well, it was. Congratulations, Anton.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
Congratulations.
you
Well
for
played.
game, Python.
Yeah, well played.
May I ask you, is there a story behind the name, and how you pronounce it also? So next time,
It's pronounced gozik, and it's
Gozik?
yeah, and
Close
it's
enough.
some derivative from my surname Ragozin.
I see.
It's just a nickname I had in school
I
long
see.
time ago, so nothing special.
Well, thank you very much for finding the time to go through this game with Matt, and also to find the time to record it.
Yeah, thank you for
Yeah, thank you
organizing
for
for media coverage. And you did tell to Python about top 16 in the end of the
And
year.
also there is from the start of the year, I started recording the results of sorry, maybe let me share
Yeah, it's interesting.
so where is it? Stop share screen. Yeah. So so these are the results of the tournaments, and I still have to update the last couple of weekly tournaments because I haven't watched the recording yet. and I didn't want to spoil the result. But so this is the results for the weekly tournaments. Can you see something? Sorry, just to.
Yeah, we can see.
Okay, so there is weekly tournaments, monthly tournaments, and some other mushroom tournaments that have been run, and there is some sort of like scoring points depending on how you do in each tournament. So it's like for the weekly tournaments and the mushroom tournaments is 100 points for the winner and 40 for second place, 15 for semi-final, and 5 for quarterfinal. And for the monthly tournament, it's sort of the same numbers, except everything is shifted by 1 because usually there is one more round, and the winner gets 250.
Cool.
And then there is this is the score at the moment, and so like Python was 15th before this, and now he will get 40 points, so he will get 12th place, and I think he will be in. And the idea was to take the top 16 players and have like a tournament with the people who got in the first top 16, and instead of having it like just one match, to have it like best of three.
That's cool.
So that it's we have more matches to look at, and we can.
So how much tournaments remains?
Yeah, not too many, because the idea was until like to finish it with December. So there is.
I see. I just participated in the second one.
Yeah, I know.
I have two more where I still in the draw. And what are the chances that I made the cutoff?
So are you enrolled in the monthly one?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so if you win that, I think that's okay. Like
Okay.
because like
I will try.
This will give you, so with this you have 100 points, and don't tell me
And
what
I
you,
have
don't tell me what you did in the previous one, because I haven't watched it yet.
Sure. Okay.
But like if you get 250 from
I see.
from that,
Sure.
then you would be fine, I think, because you go to 350, and then you are basically where Python is now.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Python,
Thank
for
you.
good game. Okay, see you around.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. You guys have a great rest of your day, okay?
Bye. Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.